Hello guys, so we have this game which has some enemy planes and a player plane. It can destroy turrets too. Now we want these enemy planes to fire these homing missiles and the straight missile that we can see actually here. Bullet we already have, we already had bullets firing from the planes. Now we're going to look at how did the homing missiles and the normal straight missiles got into this program. Let's start with seeing the header file of this straight missile. We have a couple of functions here. We have screen width, the height, we have the constructor, the overloaded constructor, the destructor, the render function, and the move function. Okay, so the most important thing I see here is this function, the move function, which is taken in the position of the player x, the x and the y coordinates. However, we don't require it, we just require this for this function. Basically for this missile we just need the float x, which is the position of the enemy plane. But since we are inheriting and we might want to use x and y somewhere, so for now we are just letting it we're letting x and y in every move function here. So let's see the header file and observe the CPP file and see how this bullet works. Here we have the constructor, the overloaded constructor, the destructor, and here we're loading the images, 12 of them, well actually 13 starts from 0, and then we set the x and y position from where to fire, the friction, the ID. Now the main thing we have that I want to discuss is the move function. Move function basically takes in the x and y position, makes a missile, and then as in the queue we are from the queue we are constantly calling the move function of all the objects. So when this object, the enemy planes are, the move function of the enemy planes are called, the planes move. Similarly, when the move functions of the objects attached affiliated with the plane are called, the objects move, such as the missile that is moving by 5 pixels every time. Similarly, if you see the homing missile, the homing missile.h file, it is the same thing. You have the same things here. The difference that we have here is the move function of this file. This missile is different. Let's see that. Now this is a very important function, A10. What it does is that it gives us the value of 10. Basically it is arc10, and it also gives us the value where the function goes to infinity, so that where our program does not crash. So this is a very important function. Basically we are calculating the angle here with respect to the position of the player and the position of the plane, enemy plane, that is then compensated here, and constantly when the homing missile has called the function, then we have the angle of this missile changed. Now this is a very important thing here. Why are we adding this sine angle and into 3? Well, basically this 3 does not mean much, it is just a multiplying factor, we can change it. But let's see if we remove this thing, what happens then. Let's see. Okay, now we'll be having some homing missiles, but they won't be going very nicely. You see, these are going out of hand. So that is why we have used this thing, the sine and cos, so they, along with their angle, they move in the right direction. Now you can see how they'll be firing, so it makes good sense. This looks good. Thanks for watching.